Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sasha, Community Coordinator with Center for Meditation Science, and I am sitting here with Dr. Taylor. Susan, let's go ahead and should we just get back into continuing this conversation for Return to Radiance?
Sure.
Okay, well, so you speak about energy and vitality. And if you had to narrow down the top three things about energy, what would those be?
People ask, what is energy? They think energy, we drink a latte or some kind of drink, anything with caffeine or sugar fix or any of that. But let's look at the principles of energy. And that's the whole book is revolving around understanding those principles. And the first one is energy needs space to move, right? If we think about it, when water
Makes
moves,
perfect sense.
it's if water's moving and there's a lot of, let's say if you have a river or a stream has a lot of logs and debris in it, it can't move, right? It gets stuck, and that's where you get the dam. So energy needs space to move. So all the whole protocol and the whole program of how we're working, we use the breath, we use movement and alignment, because we have to create the space for the energy to move. And I talk about, if we're going to talk about diet and nutrition, if our digestive system is not operating, it's like plumbing. If the plumbing is not working, energy is not going to move. You're going to be fatigued. That's the difference between people waking up tired in the morning versus not. The second thing is energy needs to be nourished and nurtured. The vibration needs to come up. So if we don't know how to nurture it, if we don't know how to create it, if we don't know how to ignite it, then it's not going to come to its full
Potential.
potential. Thank you. And then if we, and energy, in order to move through space, it needs a firm structure. So if, again, we're looking at the river, if the river's banks are not firm and strong, it's going to seep over and they're going to collapse. And we've seen that with water. So even within our own body, we need a firm structure for it to happen. And then that energy can be directed where it needs to go. So perhaps I should say we need creating space. I use the word nourishment, but that comes in with creating the space. Nourishment would be the firm structure. I would say I would put those two together, where we need to have that solid body. So we have to know how to breathe correctly. We know how to hold our posture. We know how to move in a line. And then properly directed energy then could be used for our own vitality, for our own luminosity, for our own radiance. People can't direct their energy. It goes all over the place. Energy, there's two kinds: cultivated energy and stimulated energy. We're living in a stimulated world of stimulated energy. So it goes out in all directions. That's where fatigue comes, tiredness and fatigue. When we cultivate it, and martial artists know how to do this, and people who are really practicing yoga and understand the concept know how to do this, we're containing it. So think of it as a ball, like the sun is contained. Everything that's contained then can be properly directed. And we learn to do that with our meditation and our mind, reclaiming our mind.
Yes.
We can direct our best intentions to go forward. It just requires a little bit of effort.
Yeah. I like what you said. You have to make the space for it. That's just
right.
it. That's what we need to do. We
for
just make the space for it. Yeah.
There's no quick fix. There's no magic bullet. I don't care what anybody tells you. People are out there selling and selling and selling with special, promises. No, if you really want to learn to meditate, it's not going to be while you're sitting in a bathtub or riding your bike or, being out listening to hardcore music or whatever. That's not meditation. You might enjoy that, but it's not meditation. So we really need genuine, authentic and genuine knowledge, not sound bites that are just created to lure the mind in for a quick sale. It doesn't work.
Yes.
And that's what I hope I can convey and get those seekers that are real interested in really having an authentic, genuine practice for themselves, that they become the architect of their life, of where they're going and what they're doing.
Yeah.
not depending on me or anybody else to do that for them, but perhaps to just give them the tools, then they'll do it themselves. And that's the key.
Yes, absolutely. And, and I'm hearing so much promise. We all have this potential within us. We have this energy within us. We just need to find it. We need to, form it, and then we can utilize it in a, more efficient way, that energy.
There's a beautiful saying speaking about that. We already have the precious mixture within ourselves to heal, to just do anything we need. We just need to know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And the great teacher, no one teaches you. A teacher will introduce you to yourself, and then you learn how to use the tools to move forward in life. That's really what it's about.
That's beautiful. And I don't think that we can get better than that in this episode. That is a beautiful way to end this off. And I look forward to continuing our conversation next time. Thank you, everyone in our community, for joining us. Thank you for those of you just tuning in for joining us as well. And thank you, Dr. Taylor. It's always a pleasure.